Lowe's early Black Friday deals are going fast. Don't miss up to 50% off select major appliances. Plus, up to an extra 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. And with Christmas around the corner, you're gonna need more string lights, right? Save $4 on GE LED 100 count string lights, now just $5.98. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/3. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Well, now at 6 o'clock, as we reported earlier this week, parts of the state seeing potentially dangerous weather.
Chief Meteorologist Melissa Fry, she gave us the heads up yesterday, and she joins us now tracking those weather changes that you need to keep an eye on.
Yeah, John and Rebecca, we've just really seen those temperatures going up and down throughout the day. Some areas seeing a lot of moisture, other areas not. And then wind is still a concern for some pockets here of South Central as well. So if you're in the Anchorage Bowl, here's what you need to know. We are likely going to see icy conditions for that morning commute. Anything that melted today is likely going to freeze overnight tonight. So be ready for that. We do still have chances for some light freezing rain heading into early tomorrow morning, and then also some light snow Friday afternoon, continuing all the way into early Saturday afternoon. So we're not completely done with the moisture just yet. You can see that variety of conditions from Anchorage at 29 degrees to Whittier, where rain has been falling most of the day, 38 degrees there. Fairbanks holding out at 19. Dry conditions for you tonight. Juneau, though, still seeing that rain coming down with temperatures in the low 40s. This area of low pressure now pushing just north of Kodiak. We're seeing it moving pretty fast to the north, but we have those strong winds wrapping around. Wind gusts to 60 miles per hour likely in Kodiak tonight. We're still seeing the snow and wind from the Kuskokwim Delta into Bristol Bay. Still seeing rain into southeast. And then again, those showers wrapping around that storm into South Central. It's all rain at the coast, transitioning to snow in the higher elevations across South Central. And then that mixed bag as you move up through Turnagain Arm. We're seeing some snow inland, close to Girdwood in the higher elevations there. And as those showers push north overnight, we're still going to see chances for some of that light freezing rain. So be ready for that for the morning commute tomorrow. We do still have widespread weather alerts in effect for the eastern interior as we head into this weekend. Strong snow on the way for you. In Anchorage overnight tonight, those temperatures are going to hold below freezing. A little light freezing rain possible early tomorrow morning, and then chances for those light snow showers late Friday, continuing all the way into Saturday morning. But we're still hovering again near that freezing mark. More details on that statewide forecast and what you can expect for the weekend.
First alert. Thank you, Melissa. Now getting to a story we're getting some new details on tonight. Two Anchorage men facing more than a dozen felony and misdemeanor charges after investigators say they carried out several drive-by shootings in a Mountain View neighborhood on Sunday afternoon.
Michael Santana and Sal Dion Gant are facing 14 charges that include a first and third degree assault, weapons misconduct, and criminal mischief. Now, one man was hurt during that shooting spree, and here are some of the pictures of one of the homes that was affected. We'll have much more in the story tonight on the Late Edition.
Well, people in the village of Teller have no doubt heard about this. A Chinese plane forced to make an emergency landing Wednesday evening due to bad weather.
Now, two Chinese pilots said they were delivering the small plane from China to South America. Russia was on their list of many stops, and after leaving Russia, the pilots said that they were planning on making a fuel stop in Nome, but they pointed to a snowstorm that made flying dangerous and caused their aircraft to start icing up.
The wings are already frozen. And also it's a light snow. Also, when land is moderate to heavy snow. So we worry about we will stall. So we need to find the airport as soon as possible to land.
Traffic controllers in Anchorage say they helped guide them to the Teller airstrip for a safe landing. The pilots say the Teller residents very welcoming. They gave them a place to stay, also food. They slept in the library.
Critical tax credits keeping the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare plans affordable remain in jeopardy.
With credits expiring soon, President Donald Trump said Tuesday that he will only back a plan where no money goes to insurance companies. These are the same tax credits or subsidies that congressional Democrats fought for during the shutdown, preventing costs for these plans from skyrocketing. Senators Lisa Murkowski and Dan Sullivan both telling us today in statements that they support extending these credits. Sullivan adding that he's working, quote, with the White House, or I should say with the White House, to keep those extended. Back at home, the issue is contentious. Earlier this year, The House and Senate passed a joint resolution encouraging Congress to extend the subsidies. That was met with opposition in both chambers. Looking ahead to 2026, lawmakers operating under an uncertain healthcare future.
What I'm really concerned about is facing a scenario where more Alaskans are going to be uninsured. The insurance that will be available will be more expensive because less people are on those insurance plans and there's less subsidies.
I would prefer to have an individual health savings account or to get our healthcare system to a point where it's affordable and we're not having to provide tax credits in order to bring down the high cost. Let's reduce the cost at its root.
And if Congress does pass a plan by the end of the year, those tax credits will expire. And for extended coverage, including the alternative plan congressional Republicans are proposing, visit our website or mobile app.
And after last week's town hall in Anchorage, more details are being revealed about the reality, the possibilities of evacuees trying to rebuild or return to their homes after Halong.
Augusta McDonald and our investigative team, they've talked to some of those families from Kipnuk about those hardships ahead. And that includes Jamie Paul, who has been living with her family in an Anchorage hotel. Paul tells our team that she's trying to find a path forward, including filling out FEMA applications to possibly rebuild her home. But she would prefer it to not be in Kipnuk unless the village is moved.
There's some nights I cry, or some days I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a month later, does it still feel like it was yesterday?
Yeah, it feels like yesterday and unreal, I can't wake up from the nightmare.
Brian Fisher, the director of the Alaska Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management, says they have up to 18 months to provide assistance for people displaced from Western Alaska, but he wants to see people back home as soon as possible. You can watch our investigative team's Augusta McDonald's full report. It's right now live on our website, mobile app, and we'll also have that tonight on the late edition. If you have a tip for our I-team, email 2investigates@ktuu.com.
Alaskans who qualify for SNAP benefits reported getting their partial benefits nearly a week late during the government shutdown this month. A report by the Alaska Beacon says the full benefits were also 2 weeks late. That's despite the state having emergency funds to prevent it from happening.
The report says Alaska never used the $5 million a week that it had set aside because the state system had to be reconfigured to use state money instead of the usual federal funding source. SNAP is a federal food program and is not run by the state. The Alaska Beacon reports that the state is now reportedly better prepared in case a similar situation pops up.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
After 4 years of fighting for a new school, one mother's tears of joy tell the story of a community that refused to give up.
Danny Tompkins has the story of perseverance that paid off.
Every parent wants their kid close to home. With some students in Nikolaevsk driving 150 miles just to take some classes, the community didn't want to accept that. People in Nikolaevsk are a family, one that's fought together for years, despite being denied and missing deadlines.
In Nikolaevsk, we haven't had anything but overwhelming support.
Like some parents, Mariah Carone has fought for years for her children's education.
It was a really hard year because it was a lot of work.
And recalls the moment when 5 votes meant a different future for her kids.
We were sitting there just holding our breath, waiting for them to say that we had the vote. That's 5. That's 5. That's 5. I was just like, was it though? Did I count right? It was such an emotional relief.
And that victory vote was just the beginning, allowing a dream to become reality. The 5 votes means that 4 years of fighting didn't go to waste, and Nikolaevsk Charter School will begin fall of 2026.
The plans are to build garden beds and fencing And we are hoping to plant a fruit tree on the campus for every student.
Prioritizing the principles the community was built on, agriculture and homesteading.
The whole goal is to just embrace our community and help them to thrive.
And Carone says the fight will have a forever impact on all 94 families involved.
I don't know that we'll ever not feel emotional. The school was the heart of the village, and just to not have that, it hurts a village. And so it's super exciting that we were able to go from getting shut down to just really having this 1 year to reset.
More work still has to be done, but the people of Nikolaevsk proved that when people don't give up, even the longest battles can end in victory. Danny Tompkins, Alaska's news source.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.